Hey there! Today, let's dive into an interesting phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. Have you ever found yourself humming a catchy tune after hearing it repeatedly? Or maybe you started liking a product after seeing it everywhere. Welcome to the fascinating world of the mere exposure effect, a psychological phenomenon that reveals how preferences are shaped by familiarity. Let's look at its origin. It was a phenomenon discovered by psychologist Robert Zoyang in 1960s. The mere exposure effect suggests that the more we encounter something, the more we tend to like it. Zoyang's groundbreaking experiment involved showing participants Chinese characters and nonsense words multiple times. Remarkably, those who saw the stimuli more often rated them more favorably, even if they couldn't recall them. This finding was pivotal in demonstrating that our feelings towards something can arise independently of conscious thoughts. Now, let's take a deeper look into Ziyong's groundbreaking experiment. In one striking study, Ziyong used a tachistoscope to flash shapes so quickly that participants could consciously perceive them. Yet, when asked later about their preferences, they consistently favored the shapes they had been subliminally exposed to. This challenges the belief that preference requires conscious thought. Ziyong's research shows that the mere exposure effect reaches its peak after about 10 to 20 exposures, but too much repetition can lead to annoyance. This logarithmic relationship indicates that the first few exposures are the most impactful, reinforcing our liking for the stimulus, while diminishing returns set in with excessive exposures. How does the mere exposure effect work? The mere exposure effect works on two key principles. First, familiarity breeds control. Humans are wired to prefer familiar things, as our ancestors learned to be cautious of the unknown, which could pose dangers. Familiarity reduces uncertainty, making us feel more secure. The second principle at work here is perceptual fluency. When we encounter something repeatedly, it becomes easier for our brains to process it. This ease of recognition leads to positive feelings as we naturally gravitate towards stimuli that require less cognitive efforts. But what does this phenomena have to do with real-world applications? The implications of the mere exposure effects are vast, particularly in advertising. Marketers leverage this phenomenon by repeatedly exposing their customers to their products. Studies show that even subtle placements can create a memory trace in consumers' minds, influencing their purchasing decisions without them even realizing it. However, this effect is not without limits. Excessive exposure can lead to annoyance, and if we initially dislike something, repeated exposure can intensify that dislike. For instance, in the realm of finance, investors often favor familiar domestic companies over potentially more profitable foreign ones. A bias commonly called as home country bias. Science behind the effect. Research has shown that mere exposure effect is robust and reliable. The Young studies indicated that the effect is more powerful when the individuals have no pre-existing negative attitudes towards the stimulus. This phenomenon extends to interpersonal relationships. The more we see someone, the more we tend to like them. This principle is also called contact hypothesis. In conclusion, the mere exposure effect provides profound insights into human behavior, illustrating how our preferences are often shaped by familiarity rather than conscious evaluation. Understanding this effect can empower us to navigate choices mindfully, whether in the realm of consumerism, relationships, or even art. So the next time you find yourself drawn to something familiar, remember, it might just be mere exposure effect at work. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and follow Carefree Mind for more insightful content. Until next time.